Chris dancing? That's not new. That is new.
Yeah, that's new.
So
that's
new. Welcome, everyone. I know the podcast where we argue about the mundane. We're here in Troy, in the studio, in the sky.
What's this staccato thing you've been doing for the last 2 weeks?
I think it's fun and cool. It's cool for me and it's fun. I don't know. I'm here with our producer, Brendan.
Hello.
Oh, Brendan's got a mic mounted on his desk now.
It's been there for a few weeks.
Yeah, but you haven't been using it.
Yeah,
First time.
Nope.
I used it a couple weeks ago.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
I'm here with my brother, Chris.
What's going on, folks? Thanks for listening. If you're listening, this episode of Everyone I Know is brought to you by Audible.com. If you want a free audiobook and a trial membership to Audible.com, you can go to audibletrial.com/EIK. They don't pay us, but I am listening to The Expanse again. Great series.
Oh, you back on this?
I'm back on The Expanse.
Back on the sauce.
Had enough of Saddam Hussein and how he was a charming person. It's kind of getting a little gross.
What were you listening to?
So it was called The King in His Castle. No, The King in His Prison or some shit like that. I don't know. It was about Saddam and the guys that guarded him before they executed him.
Okay.
And about how he was just like kind of a nice, funny dude. And it was interesting for, the first half. And then I'm like, I don't want to hear about how nice Saddam Hussein was.
Yeah, that's kind of a problem.
Yeah, a little
He
bit.
sucked. I've heard about it.
Yeah, no. You
As it
committed
turns out,
genocide.
No, he totally did. I can't buy his records anymore.
Yeah.
He's been canceled.
But if you don't want
He's
to listen...
been Me Too'd.
Dude, they canceled his fucking head off.
Yeah. That was actually one of the things he wanted to be shot because to be hanged, right?
Yeah. A man is hanged. A picture is hung.
Yeah,
and some men are hung.
Hey,
Get it?
to be hanged.
Wait,
was,
Chris, do you get?
Yeah,
what
I got the joke. To be hanged, it was considered to be a criminal, and to be shot, you'd be dying like a hero or some shit like that. So he wanted that, and then they hung him.
Oh, I'm
Hanged
glad
him.
we learned something.
Yep. But yeah, if you don't want to listen about genocidal maniacs or a wonderful science fiction novel experience, you can also support us another way, a direct way. Andy, how can you do that?
That's right, folks. You can go to patreon.com/everyone I know, and you can give us money directly, except they take a cut.
Not that. Yeah, they do.
Send us an envelope with cash if you love us. Diamond, rubies.
Just kidding, IRS.
Just
Yeah.
kidding, IRS. We don't make any money.
Send us Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin,
Dogecoin? Is that how
Dogecoin,
Goofcoin.
Goofcoin bling?
or go to goofcoinbling.com. Yeah.
What's the jingle for Goofcoin?
Oh fuck, I can't.
When
remember.
you hear that,
When I hear that Goofcoin bling, it's just hotline bling.
It's just
it can only mean one thing.
Goofcoin bling.
We didn't really try that hard on that joke.
I fucking made a website. You can still go to it.
You tried hard on the back end.
and your definition of tried hard on a joke is did it for 3 weeks until everybody hated it.
How dare you? We have the honor and the pleasure of having a very special guest this week. Our guest is another musician because we love musicians, because we love local talent, because we love artistry, because we love art. We have Andrea Kosek, also known as Goldie Dust. How are you doing, Andrea?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me, guys.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and your music.
Well, I've been playing locally for a few years now. I started out DJing with the Albany Frequencies crew, and that's where Goldie Dust came from. And then I've always kind of been just a bedroom type of musician. Finally branched out, met Jennifer Haley and Paul Coleman, and joined them with their project Haley Moly. Mm-hmm. So I've been playing a few shows with them for a few years now, and it's been a good time.
That's great.
Very cool.
Yeah, I saw you play at Superior Merchandise in Troy, one of the shows that we promoted on this show, and I actually went.
Hell yeah, Pale Man.
Why are you looking at me?
Because Chris didn't go.
Yeah, well, can't always make it to all of them.
Yeah, okay.
Where can people find you?
Well, I'm on SoundCloud, Bandcamp, and Haley Moly, the band, is on Spotify, Bandcamp. We have a website.
Cool.
So all the internets, we can just Google us. I think we come up first, so that's pretty good for search engine results.
That's good. Good SEO.
Oh yeah.
We will be playing some music over the course of this episode, so you will get a first-hand look at music. You'll hear it for the first time.
All right, so if you're new to the podcast, every week we have our father. He sends us, well, actually, he listens to the podcast, and then he sends us a little tiny recap. Normally a little tiny recap. It's called the Old Man Minute. Sometimes it gets a little long. Sometimes it needs to be
edited down significantly
for content. Old man, we'll talk to you later, bro. I can't read out loud, but Brendan can.
Kafak EIK, fellas.
Kefek. You studied Middle Eastern history in school.
I mainly studied Iran.
Okay.
And they don't speak Arabic in a row, except for religious purposes.
What do they speak normally? Farsi?
Farsi.
Okay.
Kefeki, okay, fellas. Okay. And then I'm sorry, just the next paragraph has been censored by liberals.
Completely redacted.
They hate free speech.
Yeah.
And no. Yella, is that one pronounced right?
Yes.
Yella, yella.
Yella.
Topic 111. Comic books and graphic novels. Wow, Brendan really knows his shit when it comes to this issue. Thanks for spelling my name right, old man. In the 60s, we had 4 things for entertainment. 3 television channels, AM radio, movies at the theaters, and comic books. Uncle Dan was into comics big time. He liked the Marvel and DC superheroes. As I recall, he had copies of many of the first issues, including Spider-Man, Iron Man, Thor, etc. I prefer the war comics, Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. That is a really good one, by the way. Sergeant Rock, Captain Savage and his Leatherneck Raiders, and GI Combat. There was a feature in GI Combat called The Haunted Tank. The premise of the comic was that an M3 Stuart tank, a light cavalry tank used for reconnaissance, was haunted by the spirit of General Jeb Stuart, a Confederate cavalry officer during the Civil War. He used to give advice to the tank commander, also named Jeb. This is like some kind of freaky Knight Rider ghost.
Yeah, seriously. It is kind of a Knight Rider
Racist Knight
situation.
Rider
Yeah.
ghost.
I'm not sure what kind of advice he would provide about mechanized armor warfare, but what the fuck? It was a comic book. Comics were a place for us when we discovered boobs. Then it was Playboy, Penthouse, National Lampoon, and Mad Magazine were very popular as well.
Just really on a tip this week.
Yep.
It really is. Topic 2, pop and punk music. I'm not
It
musically
was pop
talented.
as punk.
It was saying that pop being pop.
No, he normally
today.
he takes the topics that I write down and then he puts it as the titles.
Yes.
And he misspelled this one because last week it was pop as punk.
Yes, I know that.
Okay.
The
He was wrong.
The premise of it was being pop, doing pop music is punk. Now.
Yeah, that was the idea, but he didn't. Okay, never mind.
I'm not musically talented. In grade school, I was relegated to play the triangle. You guys really know your shit about this, and I'm impressed. I find a song I like and just play it over and over again, as Chris and Andy well know. Warren Zevon?
Yeah, probably. Or Copperhead Road
He
by
really likes
that
Copperhead
one
Road,
guy.
man.
Normally, you would have gotten the
Seven
usual woof, 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 but when you started talking about compensation, it piqued my attention. In the 1800s, the great composers were compensated by a combination of wealthy patrons and teachings. Things have changed greatly since then. What musicians have we call intellectual property in accounting. It's an intangible asset, much like computer software, the formula for Coca-Cola, etc., but more difficult to track when it comes to a cost basis and a fair market value. That's why the patent and trademark laws were established. And that's your boring accounting lesson for the day.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
There's a lot going on in this email. We've got accounting lessons. There's parts I can't read because they're incredibly offensive. Love, old man. P.S. I'm glad to hear that Cody likes The Old Man Minute. It's nice to have one fan. I think you have more than one fan.
You
I've
definitely
heard from
do.
multiple people that this is like their favorite part of the podcast.
Well, because it's the most raucous part of the episode, because me and Chris don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
And we generally have to just,
Yeah, I'm glad I read this one before.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right. I actually made a song for you, but I didn't play it when I was supposed to, so I'm going to play it right now.
Goldy dust. 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 Goldy dust.
What
If you can guess that sample.
I need to drop this during a set for sure.
What is that sample?
I don't know. What is it?
Goldy dust. Goldy dust. Goldy dust.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
I love gold.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Our namesake.
The taste of it, the smell of it.
As someone who was called Austin Powers all through junior
Our
high,
entire life.
just still to this
Yeah.
day. Well, that's how we can connect on this.
That was beautiful. Thank you. I'm very. I feel the love.
Thank you. All right. Without further ado, we're moving on now to topic number one.
All right, folks, I am number one. First topic for today. I wanted to keep it light and breezy and easy. And in light of a record that's dropping on, not on Friday, on the 30th of this month, a very long coming, 13 years in the making album by a
Do you
little.
think that they were working on it for 13 years?
No, they were in court for a lot of stuff too.
It's tight.
So Tool's dropping a new album on the 30th of August. I'm very excited about it. Brendan thinks it's going to suck. So what I want to talk
gonna
about,
suck.
it's not going to suck. Motherfucker.
gonna be bad.
Have you listened to the new songs that they've been playing live?
I
They're
don't
very
care.
fucking good. Okay. Let's have this, Brendan. All right. So what I want to talk about is comeback albums that have sucked, comeback albums that are really good, ones that you thought were going to be dog shit that
And
were
weren't
good,
good.
ones that were supposed to be good,
but it
dog
turned out to
shit.
be dog shit. I'm trying to do it. Couldn't do
Can
it.
you define comeback album?
At least 5 years gone.
Yeah, I'd say that, or just, you know what, any follow-up album. Any follow-up album to a previously amazing or
Or maybe even just well anticipated album.
yes, yeah, like a band
Something that people
had,
were hyping.
like Acumen for. So one example I will give is the follow-up to Like Clockwork by Queens of the Stone Age, Villains, which was pretty fucking good. One of the weaker albums, all in all, but still very good because it's still Queens of the Stone Age. So that'd be something
Okay,
I'd
so
say.
you're
like,
throwing to me. Does anything come to mind, Andrea?
Well, I actually recently got into Vampire Weekend, and I know they had
Oh yeah, how was that new
quite
album?
a big stint off. I really liked it. It's very got like a 60s, 70s classic rock vibe.
Uh-huh.
And one of the singers, Danielle Haim, she's from the Haim sisters.
Yes.
She made some appearances, so I thought the harmonies were good, and I just kind of got into them more recently because my fiance is a big fan, and I used to hate on them.
Nice,
Now,
nice.
But now I'm like, okay, I kind of feel this. Maybe I'm getting old. Maybe I'm just, changing taste. But I think their new album definitely has more of what I like is the 70s kind of rock.
cool.
I had a lot of friends be like, "Oh, yeah, Vampire Weekend's a jam band now."
Yeah, they are
And they
very
like,
really?
jammy.
Yeah, it does kind of sound a little like a jam band record. And it's
I have-
good.
I have a little bit of a personal issue with Vampire Weekend. It's totally not their fault. It's
Oh, there's plenty of reasons.
so many moons ago, I was working at a video game studio and I worked on Guitar Hero 5. And the first song, like when you play through Guitar Hero
It
5,
was a punk.
is freaking Vampire Weekend.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
so I
which-
had to play
could you
that
hum
song.
Could you hum a bar-
I can't. Olivia has told me that if anytime I try to read a song,
shit! So I also have a personal problem because I worked at a bar and I was bartending. That was on the fucking, we used to call it the Raven Top 10, and it would come on about every 40 minutes or so.
because people were doing it on
No,
the
no,
jukebox or
no. It's because Chris had a fucking iPhone that had like 10 songs on it.
right.
Yeah, and like so now they'll come on the radio and it'll be like, "Oh, this is a good song," but then it just no matter what, it just pulls me right
Yeah.
back to hearing that one song, which I don't think is a particularly strong song compared to all the other ones I've heard by them. Just played over, and I heard it played over and over and over again. But I would give their new album a shot.
Yeah, I think their newer stuff is what I'm more drawn to. That their old stuff, there's some fun things playing around, but a little bit it's a little cheesy for me too.
I
So
think
they're kind of
it's easy to dunk on Vampire
for
Weekend.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, this is something we talked about last week when we were saying that pop being pop these days is a little punk. When you're really
Yeah.
earnestly going for anything is being punk, and like I don't know. I mean, like there's definitely like songs like I like when I hear the song Oxford Comma, I don't want to hear it again.
Oh my god, I
Ever.
could probably
Because
sing
fucking
every
Oxford
comma.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was another one that's on the fucking Raven Top 10, man.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Chris loves Vampire Weekend.
Yeah, I love Vampire Weekend.
So Andy, do you have an example?
I have an example, which I have I have an interesting story to tell about this. It's
Okay.
the new Daft Punk album that came out. Random Access Memories came out in like 2012, 14 maybe.
yeah. I think it 14 or yeah.
I think
13.
I think it was still in my undergrad, so it must have been before 14.
That's the one that was like really disco, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And everybody. So what happened was I was home in Utica for the summer, and all our friends in Albany were staying in the apartment in Albany for the summer. So it was like I was young enough where I wasn't staying in Albany over the summer, and me and like Olivia and all our friends back home Got into the album, fucking loved it. Really, it was the song of the summer, you know. And then we came back to Albany. Everyone was like, "It sucks.
Yeah.
Album sucks. It's all bad. It's just repetitive." It's like, do you ever listen to fucking Daft Punk?
Yeah.
Like, it's repetitive. Yeah. Okay, man. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah,
It's
that's
fucking,
that's kind of their
catalog?
thing.
yeah. They have a song called "Around the World." Has one lyric.
Yeah.
And it's the title.
Yep. So I really can't speak to this one as much, and I don't really even know that much about the album or the band to be honest. But I feel like you have to talk about Guns N' Roses, a fucking Chinese Democracy, right?
Chinese Democracy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. But
Yeah,
I don't.
Guns N' Roses was always bad.
Yeah, no, they were never really good. It's like Kiss. Kiss fucking sucks. Fucking fight me.
The only good thing that Guns N' Roses ever did was that MTV performance with Buckethead.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
That was right.
I remember
that was
watching
right
that.
when Chinese Democracy
Yeah, I remember
came
watching that
out.
live and being like, what the fuck is happening right now?
He's
And it-
scary looking too now.
Yeah, and he looked like he'd just been stung by a bee in the face.
Yeah, dude.
And,
That was when Botox was popping in Hollywood.
and I just like Buckethead was not like, I'm not just going to be a session guy that shows up like normal for my real band. No, I'm still going to be Buckethead. No, it was incredible. And then the music was bad. And then his voice blew out after 10 seconds.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, it was
he
great.
looked like he had just like chugged an entire like liter of vodka, and he had been doing that for about 2
Yeah,
weeks
if he was
straight.
allergic to vodka.
Someone had to get a fucking EpiPen.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, so like that's almost like a ubiquitous one. Like I couldn't tell you a single track off that album.
There's
but
a
I just
song
know it's
called
real
Chinese
bad.
Democracy.
No, fuck you.
Yeah, the album was bad. You know what else was? I don't even know anything about the album as much, but the U2 album that they put directly on everyone's iPhone.
so they
Songs of Innocence.
Yeah, they fucking crossed the line there. They made you listen to it.
Yeah.
There's a band I really like that I make Annie listen to all the time called Tropical Fuckstorm.
Yes.
And
I like that band too.
They
They're
came up
good.
on my Spotify the other day. I
Oh,
don't
they're
remember.
fucking awesome.
That was awesome. I liked them a lot, but I don't remember the name of the song. But it was
Yeah. Oh well.
definitely a surprise.
They had one of their tracks. They have a music video. It's all like 8-bit guys, and it's all of them like fighting. You know, they fight Trump, and they fight whoever the guy in Australia is. And the last thing is like the final level. It's them shooting music at Bono. Nice. And Bono's just like got his fingers up like he's fucking Batman or some shit like that. It's great.
I like how your first response to Tropical Fuckstorm was like, yeah, they're pleasant. They're nice.
They
It
really
was a
kind
pleasant
of are.
surprise, is
Yeah.
where I was
I
going.
mean,
but-
definitely from the name. Like when Chris, I was like, Chris, what is this? He's like, Tropical Fuckstorm. I was like, no, no, it's not. It's not the name of the band.
Two bands that put out albums within the last, I don't know. I mean, the My Bloody Valentine album was a little while ago. My Bloody Valentine and Slow Dive both put out albums that were as good, if not better, than the stuff that they had done back in like the 90s.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I really thought they were
I
going
got
to
a good
suck.
Fucking what's his name there? The beautiful people.
Marilyn
Marilyn
Manson.
Manson. Yeah. His new stuff. Have you listened to his new stuff?
No, I love the Dope Show. That's one of my favorite songs from
That's
middle
a
school.
legit song. That whole
Yeah.
album's great.
Oh.
Yeah, so he sucked terribly for a very long time. And then he puts out The Pale Emperor, and it was
so
like,
fucking good.
it's so good. It has no right to be as good as it is.
It's because he was doing Thin White Duke by Bowie. That's
Yeah,
what he's
everybody
doing.
does that.
Yeah, of course.
some
Everybody
people-
goes through a Bowie phase.
Some people do that all right, and some people are Iggy Pop. It doesn't work out so well.
Post pop destruction. Man.
Yeah, that was no, dude. That slapped. Did you see that Colbert Report performance?
I got so excited. You don't think you listen too much. I'm a huge fan of Queens of the Stone Age and Josh Homme in general. And I heard he was making an album with Iggy Pop. It's called Post Pop Destruction. That's what we're punking on right now, and I got so excited.
Oh.
And I actually watched Cable. I'm gonna watch the Colbert Report to see him perform live for the first time, and it was just the most heart wrenching thing to watch because it was so bad. He's
Yeah,
not.
it was really bad.
I mean, watching his aging muscles move around the way that they did on that stage in general.
Gardenia.
Yeah, that's not right.
does anybody like Portishead?
Yes.
Yes.
So the third
I don't know enough
Portishead
about it to talk
album,
about.
I hated when it first came out.
I haven't
and now I
listened to-
love it.
I haven't listened to it since for a long time, but
Yeah, when it first came out, I realized now that what I wanted was like, I wanted an album just like the first two albums.
Yeah, you
and
want
that's why I
Dummy
was
again.
disappointed by it. But now I go back and listen to it, I'm like, oh, I see why they wouldn't want to repeat themselves and they wanted to do something different. It's a great album, but it's definitely a totally different album I do think Beth Gibbons' lyrics like kind of fell off a train though between the second album and that
Yeah.
album. But it's overall it's really good stuff.
Boards of Canada put out an album after a long period of time. This one kind of falls in the liminal space between, like, it was fine, it was good, it wasn't bad, and that's the best you can hope for sometimes.
That's kind of like Queen's new album was really, really good because they don't make bad music. But you know, it was probably a little bit weaker. They tried some new stuff. They kind of did the Bowie thing, which what's it called? Didn't
What?
nothing. They tried to do the Bowie thing, which worked in some respects, but not in others. But you can't fault a band for trying something new. I guess.
Yeah, it's a new thing. It should be new. That's
Yeah.
the idea, but I don't know. Okay, what's your least favorite person? Or how about this? If you could resurrect a band and have them put out an album, knowing that it may or may not suck, who would it be? Solid cut. Solid cut.
Jump cut.
We did not have technical difficulties at all.
What band would you resurrect if you could? Like if it wasn't
Knowing
regardless-
that they could
yeah.
suck.
Yeah.
That's the important thing, is that you get one shot.
One shot to keep the flow going, you know,
Yes, 'cause no one-
to start up in the middle of a conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? I mean, what's a band you miss?
System of a Down.
System of a Down.
Yeah.
But would it suck?
Probably.
Chumbawamba. Would it suck? That's the question.
Well, so like
Who is still sober
Chumbawamba-
enough and competent enough to make an album that's as good or better than their original stuff?
Chumbawamba, I feel like if they came out with a new album, they would not be looked on with too much scrutiny if it was good or bad.
I'm pretty sure they're still a band and still putting out albums.
That's a
Come on,
good.
if
I
you're
don't know why
listening,
we assumed
if you're,
they broke
if you're
up.
listening, come on the podcast,
Yeah,
Chumbawamba.
we want to talk to you. But like I think if they're like you found out, oh yeah, the new Chumbawamba album's pretty good. You listen, you're like, even if it was mediocre, you're like, oh, that's pretty good.
What about Len? Steal My
Len,
Sunshine.
wow.
One that was one song. But
Yeah,
I can't name anything
I
else.
love all of Len's song.
They're all that sunshine. That keeps coming up. I keep hearing it more frequently. I feel in advertisements.
Everything's coming up with Sunshine.
Yeah.
So like just every like one hit wonder band from the 90s and like the early 2000s, they have to
Yes.
come back and make a new album.
It's just no compilation of one
Yes,
song.
one song
each.
each.
One song each.
We're not going to waste our time. This is digital now.
yeah.
Now 500.
Yeah.
Now that's what I call music.
When's the last time Smash Mouth put something up?
They're still going, dude. They still make music. And they're
All-Star Part 3?
honestly, like, I feel bad clowning on Smash Mouth now because they're like okay. Like, they're not musically, but like they like to their Twitter game is amazing.
That's pretty good.
They told Neil deGrasse Tyson to go fuck himself recently with his over logic brain bullshit. So good on you, Smash Mouth. I'm sorry I made all those Shrek jokes.
I'm not.
I think they know where their bread is buttered.
Yeah, dude. They know what the score is. Alien Ant Farm.
Alien Ant Farm. Would you want them to get back together to put out another greatest hits album?
Their greatest hits album that was 14 tracks long.
14
somehow.
different songs. They're all good by them.
I would like Pink Floyd to get back.
Oh, hell yeah.
And
I
make a
agree.
good album again because it was really hot shit after Roger Waters left, and the music is sad to listen to now.
Yeah. It needs the combo of David and Roger together. That was magical.
They balanced each other out so well because his solo stuff is too much Roger, and Pink Floyd without him is too much David.
So why don't we just get the Beatles back together?
Yeah. Living and dead.
Yep.
I would like to hear a TLC comeback album, but
That would
obviously
be- yeah.
R.I.P. Lisa.
Oh, you know
She
who
come
came
back?
back and killed it was Godspeed You Black Emperor.
Were they good?
Yeah, the new album's really good.
Didn't listen to it.
They put out like so they broke up or they went on hiatus, indefinite hiatus, and then they got back together. It's funny they've been back together now as long as they were not together, but the stuff that they've put out is, in my opinion, just almost just as good as the original stuff that they did.
Solid.
What else? Sleep?
Sleep. They're not broken up, you fool.
They didn't put out an album for like...
Yeah, but you just
10
saw them.
years.
You just saw them.
Yeah, I know. I've seen
They're
them twice.
together on the stage.
Yeah,
together.
they were together and they put out an awesome album.
How was
So-
that show?
Fucking amazing.
A Skyloft. I remember that was like the first band announcement I heard coming to that
Sleep at
venue.
the mall.
Oh, I'd like to see Mr. Bungle get back together.
Mr. Bungle, okay.
What's Mr. Bungle?
That's the guy from Faith No More.
Okay.
What's his name?
Fucking Faith No More. That's a great band that got back together and killed it.
What if we made the Pixies stop hating each other?
Oh yeah.
That would be fun. What if we made Fleetwood Mac stop hating each other? This is all a topic in and of itself. Just any band you can get to stop hating each other and start making good music again.
What if we convinced the brothers from Oasis that we liked their music, and then just boot them on stage so they just walked away and they just never fucking returned?
I'd like the Postal Service to put out another album.
Yeah.
Back to Oasis, I saw Glastonbury footage and someone just had like a flag that says "Play Wonderwall" while Noel was playing. That was pretty funny.
I read an interview. Well, actually, I listened to an interview with I don't know which brother. It doesn't fucking matter. And he said something about like the music today is too political. I can't do a fucking accent.
yeah.
It's like it's too political.
music today is too political, isn't it,
That was the weirdest. It's too political.
It's too political now.
They're
Oi.
from Oasis from Jersey.
Hey, I'm fucking Noah Gallagher. Hey.
And he's like, yeah, the Dave Grohl, the Foo Fighters, and whatever the hell his name is from Queens of the Stone Age. I'm like, bro,
Also, not political bands.
like not
in any
at
way.
all, like vehemently not.
Yeah, like they're just about the vibes.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So do you guys have any little lasting thoughts? Any albums you thought were gonna be good, that were shitty? Any ones that surprised you? Any last thoughts?
I think the Marilyn Manson one was probably
that's
the
a-
biggest surprise
That's
for
a big
me.
surprise.
Sleep's
new album was amazing after like 10 years. It was very, very good.
They were waiting.
Yeah.
Another comeback album. Well, at least like 8 years after the Oracular Spectacular, I think it was.
Ah, yes.
MGMT's Little Dark Age. I really enjoyed that.
Little
album,
Dark Age
too.
was great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got a little gothy.
The second album, Congratulations, was really good too.
Yeah.
The third album, MGMT, was fine. But the MGMT was a band that really got passed over. I mean, I saw them in Montreal not too long ago, and like they fucking killed it. They're not. I think what happened was they were a joke band. They were doing pop music as a joke,
Yeah.
and then everyone loved their music,
Yeah,
and then they had to deliver on back into their weird ass music that they liked to make, which was Congratulations. But yeah, no, I mean MGMT, like Little Dark Age was tight. Did you see the music videos for them?
Yeah, I know the one of them. What is it? The
When You Die?
When You Die. Yeah, that was
a great
creepy.
video. Yeah, it was cool.
Like a
They used
DMT
like
trip, pretty
yeah.
much. That's what it seemed to be.
it was like this. The guy gets hit with a stage light. He's like a magician, and he gets hit
Yeah.
with a stage light, and then he dies. And like it's like just all this like it's like Google Deep Dream type
Okay.
stuff that they're doing, and it's fantastique. All right. Without further ado, we're moving on.
10,000
now.
Days is a good album.
You like 10,000 Days now.
I re-listened to it.
Okay, I've always liked it, and you guys are hipsters, and you can't enjoy anything.
Nope. I re-listened to it today. That's a good
And
album.
If my phone would
It's,
just
the
turn
filler's
on.
bad, but it's a good album.
It's
One
their
time-
year zero.
It's not. Whoa, get the fuck out of here talking shit about Year Zero. I will take it with Teeth. Okay, with Teeth, arguably a bad album. Year Zero was fucking
With
amazing.
Teeth, so much better than
By
Year
Nine
Zero.
Inch Nails
Fuck
for anyone
yourself.
who doesn't know.
Get out of my house.
With Teeth is a good album.
Yeah, What's He's a great album.
And
So is Year Zero.
So is Year Zero, and
so is the remix. Hesitation Marks was dog shit.
Yeah, Hesitation Marks was bad.
That was bad.
All right, here we
Bad
go.
Witch was good.
We have the song "Bad Functions" by Goldie Dust.
This music sounds like it's from space.
You ever watch IT Crowd?
I haven't.
No, it's great.
I've heard good things.
Matt
though.
Berry, yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's a British sitcom.
Yeah. I like having music to play like over so we can have like a side conversation in the middle. Yeah, no. IT Crowd's great. I love British comedy in general. I like the song a lot.
IT Crowd doesn't really hold up though.
Why not?
Under modern scrutiny.
Just by like PC.
He's
type-
canceled.
Who?
The dude that made it.
Which guy? Who was it? I don't know his name.
I don't know his name either.
Well, that sucks.
This is sick.
Yeah, I like this a lot. Should we cut it out there? You wanna... Slowly fade out. If you want to check out Andrea's music, please go to bandcamp.com/GoldieDust. GoldEeDust.
You can get on Spotify too, right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
This
That's
shit
where it all
is
began.
it's very good, and I like it. And I saw her play a song by Oscar Sully that was very cool at the Hidden Show. Nice.
Yeah.
Small bit of time context. Okay, topic 2. That is you.
Oh, topic 2. Oh. So I was just going to talk about, I'm Haley Molly the band I'm in, and we're playing a Battle of the Bands at the Skyloft next Thursday. But the first round is this week, and so I was just going to say, let's talk about battling head-to-head, any type of fast food or something, or
Versus.
bands.
Okay. Yeah. First off, I want to say Battle of the Bands. I've actually never seen a Battle of the Bands. I've only seen it on I want to say like Doug.
Scott Pilgrim.
Oh yeah, Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
I assume that's what it's all like.
I have a friend that the singer for his band signed them up for like a battle of the bands, and then they went and played it, and they didn't realize till they got there that like they're like 40, and all the other people there were going to be like 15. So it was them versus all these like high school
Did they
bands.
just beat the shit out of them?
No, their band was terrible. So they.
No, I mean like physically.
Oh yeah,
physically
they
assault
did. Yeah,
them.
they're all in jail now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
All the 15-year-olds or the older people?
the older people.
Oh,
yeah.
good. For beating up 15-year-olds, right?
Yeah, it was a mess.
All right, let's put some bands against each other.
Okay.
I think what we should do
Well,
is
what if we had actual battles with band members versus versus football players or
versus versus
Okay.
Queens of the Stone Age versus Marilyn Manson, but 5 of him.
Queens wins. They're all very large.
Yeah, but he's a waif. They punch him and his bones break, but then he has a weapon, which is his bone fragment.
Okay, so Marilyn Manson now with his pot belly, or Marilyn Manson back in like
Scary, skinny Marilyn Manson. Scare my mom, Marilyn Manson.
Nah, I think Marilyn Manson wins because Marilyn Manson's got that like, no matter what you do to him, like it's not going to phase him.
Nothing can hurt Marilyn Manson more than Marilyn Manson has hurt Marilyn
He's
Manson.
going to fight like a crazy person.
Across
He's not
them.
just he's
Yeah.
not just going to kick a photographer in the face.
He's got some dark magic in him.
okay.
I don't know.
I
Josh
agree.
Homme's assaulted more than just a photographer. I'll have you know, sir. Go to YouTube and search Josh Homme beating up fans. There's a
Tight.
compilation.
He has a drug problem.
Yeah, he's getting better.
G.G. Allen.
Oh God. Versus who? God? G.G. Allen versus
entire-
Satan and
no.
God tag team.
G.G. Allen versus the entire polyphonic spree.
That's a good one.
to look these up.
G.G.
Wait,
Allen's
are you serious right
he's
now?
he's the pump guy that pooped and pee-peed on his fans. Yeah, yeah.
Jesus
Him
Christ.
versus the entire polyphonic spree.
Which is like 24
all
people.
members that have ever been in the
Oh, they
polyphonic
got
spree.
You got numbers. They
No,
got,
he's going to take a bite out of one of them. The rest are going to be like, fuck this.
It's one G.G. Allen versus 24 cowards. In
Yeah, like I
robes.
said, he's gonna bite somebody on the cheek.
Oh,
and
yeah.
eat it.
Yes.
The rest are gonna be like, you know what?
He died running into traffic after his show, I believe. That's what happened. He was a troubled man.
Ronald McDonald,
Versus.
Eric Andre's Blarf.
Larf all day.
Hell yeah. Actually, I think they might get into a relationship.
Just like in the Eric Andre sketch where they runs into the bakery with the cop and they start making out.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd love to see Eric Andre make out with a Ronald McDonald.
Dude, I can't wait to see him live. I have no
Pour some
fucking
hot ranch,
idea.
some Hidden Valley Ranch on him.
Just lick it off him.
Hidden Valley Ranch versus Newman's Own.
Newman's.
Yeah, Newman's wins.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know anything about ranch.
He's
It's
got
just fun to be skeptical.
Newman's got Goodwill.
Yeah, he does have good
Newman versus G.G. Allen.
I would take Market 32 Ranch over Hidden Valley.
will. Nice. Sponsor us. Golubs.
G.G. Allen versus versus what's his fucking name? Mother
A Danzig?
Danzig
No, oh, no.
Danzig like now.
We've proven that Danzig can't fight. There's the video of him getting the shit kicked out of him.
I think it'd just be a funny.
No, there's a
fight,
video
man.
of him like one punch and he's gone.
Yeah. My favorite picture of Danzig is him walking with two things of kitty litter with a real mean look on his face.
Billy Corgan
Yeah, I was just thinking Billy
versus Danzig.
Oh man, gotta give it to Billy.
Who? This is not.
I'm
It's a
giving-
binary choice. You can't. Oh, you're giving it to Billy. I
Yeah,
thought you
give
were
it to
saying
Billy.
like, give it up. I love Billy Corgan. The world's a vampire. What can I say?
Yeah, I
Hey,
think.
man, despite all his rage.
Oh, did go back. Did you guys listen to the new Smashing Pumpkins album?
No.
Don't.
Okay. I won't be beige. I'm sorry.
That was the album before this one.
Yeah, he's
God.
also kind of like an alt-right dude now.
Yeah, he is. He's a
And that's-
fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Don't meet your heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Don't,
what we're saying here.
Don't see how the
They'll all
sausage
turn
is
out to be weird alt-right fashion
Yeah.
dudes.
made. Gordon Ramsay
Ooh.
versus the big hunky guy from the other cooking rescue show.
Oh, John, from I want to say Bar Rescue. That's who I was thinking.
I'm fine with that. I don't think he's a hunk. but
John Tapper. I
Tapper.
Fucking hate-
John-
I'm tagging in and I'm punching that motherfucker in the face.
John Tapper.
Yeah.
Jake Tapper.
Jake Tapper.
He's the newscaster guy who was on the most recent debate. He was the one asking all
okay.
the dumb questions.
Gotcha. John Tapper.
John Tapper. What do you think, Andrew?
I would take John Tapper.
Yeah, Jake Tapper's got a
Scary.
glass jaw. Okay, how about this? Bernie Sanders versus Colonel Sanders.
Which Colonel Sanders?
The real one.
No. It could be
He's not a real colonel, but he was a real guy.
Well, Norm Macdonald, I'd say you could do.
Norm Macdonald would watch Bernie Sanders. We know that. We have to have an equally old and weak man.
They'll die together. It'll just be a wash.
Yeah, it was both burst into
First of all,
dust.
no. Bernie Sanders versus anybody is Bernie Sanders wins. I
Well,
don't care what anybody
he
says.
would scream them down
Yeah.
and scare that one guy on the debate.
He'd tell them that the millionaires and billionaires want them to fight.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then said they should join forces.
Unionize his other fighter.
Chris Hemsworth
Okay.
versus Fat Chris Hemsworth from Endgame.
Fat for Chris Hemsworth.
Fat Chris Hemsworth.
He's got all the energy.
Yeah.
He could fight that belly down to nothing. And while regular Chris Hemsworth.
Mark Wahlberg.
versus a random Indian guy.
No, he was
Whatever
Asian.
he was.
Yeah. He was Korean, I think.
Yeah, he nearly.
The fact that
fucked
Mark Wahlberg like has not been canceled over that is kind of amazing.
I think that if you're from Boston, you just
just
get
get a
more
pass.
racist
You're
points
just allowed
before
to-
you're allowed,
to
before
go-
you're canceled. Yeah.
To just beat a man for no reason.
Bill Burr.
Versus.
Louis C.K.
That's an interesting fight.
No, fucking Bill runs.
Kill him.
Yeah, he beats him to the fucking
Is Bill Burr?
ground.
Is he buff? The
Oh, yeah,
last
he's in
time I
shape.
saw his actual face was I did see him in at the palace, but that
Yeah.
was very far away, and there were people getting in fist fights behind me.
Also, Louis C.K.'s like new act that he's tried out is basically millennials these days. It's like,
It's also
oh,
Joe Biden's act right now too. Roasted,
Good job, Joe.
dude. Me versus Joe Biden.
I always got that old man strength.
Nah, dude. Try to put his arms around me. Hit him with the old Chuck Norris backhand. Chuck Norris versus who's the
G.G. Allen.
G.G. Allen. G.G. Allen.
Fucking what's his name? Lead singer of Guns N' Roses,
Axl Rose.
Axl Rose, versus G.G. Allen.
Axl Rose versus the coaxial cable I'm gonna beat him with.
I just want to throw a note in here. Old man, if you don't know who G.G. Allen is,
Please
I
look
want
it up.
you to Google
Please look
him
it up.
and watch it,
Yes.
and then I want your commentary.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it will be amazing.
Larry King.
Versus Bernie Sanders.
Sanders, okay.
You can't-
They would try to like out like me each other.
Yeah, of course. And
Yeah, Bernie Sanders would still win.
I mean, he's got.
Have you ever listened to the clips of Larry King drunk?
No.
Oh,
So he
they're
used to have an
fucking
alcohol problem,
hilarious.
and there are clips of him doing his radio show in the middle of the night, while obviously totally trashed. And they are some of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. I'm a pro. I'm a professional. Look it up in the book. It's just phenomenal. He starts going on these like tirades. He's talking to a guy who's like, I want to know if you have any advice for somebody getting in journalism. He's like, well, has he done this before? What school did he go to? You know? It's like, what? He's like, when you're picking a doctor. And he's like, I'm talking about being on the radio. It's great. It's phenomenal. I wish Larry King still did it.
Alex Jones
Ooh.
Yes.
versus Jared Kushner.
Interesting matchup. Now, there's a lot of things to be considered here.
Yep.
One, Jared Kushner is an android.
Yes.
Not a human man. Can't be killed by bullets.
I got a good one after.
Alex Jones, however, is a blob. He's an amorphous.
He's a man.
He's a man.
His heart.
He's got
Pumps hot blood.
Yes, of course. He likes to have children. I get it. But he is also a swamp beast that is made from the dead, decaying matter at the bottom of a lake. So it's hard to say who would win in that
I
one.
thought that was Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell is actually a dark elf. He's from the Keebler tree, but he was rejected, much like Satan was cast out of heaven. He was cast out of the Keebler tree for not making the cookies right. And now
My heart is big.
He's like Blanca. I see him from Street Fighter.
Zap 'em. Speaking of zapping people, Zuckborg
yes.
versus
G.G.
Bernie
Allard.
Sanders.
I like how you get one. Wouldn't it be funny if this guy got in a fight? All right, let's do some handicaps here.
Okay.
Obvious matchups that are uneven, and we need to handicap them. In some way.
Okay.
We've got
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey versus
Gary Busey
Wait,
lost all of his teeth.
Is the handicap that Gary Busey's on your side?
He's your corner guy.
You gotta throw a tooth at him. Pull the tooth, throw it at him. It works every time.
Have you done coke yet? Do it now.
Takes 10 minutes to start working. Okay. We need an old man. Harrison Ford versus
Gary Busey.
No, they're both old. You have to. I'm talking uneven.
Okay.
Gary Busey.
Harrison Ford versus fucking what's his name from the new Star Wars that killed him? Spoiler.
What's Kylo Ren's name?
Yeah,
Adam Driver.
Adam Driver.
Okay. Now here's the rub.
Adam Driver, big buff boy.
How do we handicap or beef up one side of this to make it fair?
Okay. Isn't
He
Adam
has to be
Driver
a little bitch like Kylo Ren.
Wait, isn't Adam Driver like famous for like eating some girl's butt and girls?
He did do that. Well, I actually don't think it was him. It was,
Okay.
There was a buddy.
Wait, so what's the handicap? He has to eat a butt while he doesn't fight.
or he's getting his butt. He's getting his butt ate the entire time.
I'm trying to figure out the relevance.
That's the only way.
Chris just had a thing.
It's the only way that Harrison Ford. He could beat Harrison Ford. He's gonna eat his butt.
He already did beat Harrison Ford. Spoiler alert.
All right. How can we beef up Harrison Ford?
You don't need to. He's already a god amongst men.
Put him in an airplane.
Maybe-
That's a handicap.
That's a handicap because he'll crash it.
Yeah.
How about this? We'll take away Harrison Ford's weed for a week, and then he becomes Superman, and he has the limitless powers where he can use 100% of his brain.
Yep.
Adderall. He can use some
Adderall. Just give him Adderall.
Nick Nolte
Nick Nolte. Okay.
versus Gary Busey.
His own brain.
But it's Nick Nolte from Nick Nolte's mugshot.
Nick Nolte's mugshot versus Nick Nolte from The Wrestler.
Oh. Nick Nolte from The Wrestler. Okay.
He had knee problems.
How about Christian Bale,
Okay.
Skinny and the Machinist?
All the Christian Bales have to fight. Cage match. All of them.
Who comes out on top?
Probably Batman. Or no.
American
Patrick
Psycho,
Bateman.
yeah.
Patrick
No,
Bateman.
you're still wrong. It was his twin all along.
Or the brother from
Prestige.
The Fighter. What was that character's name?
Yeah, I forget his name. Ben Affleck.
The
yeah.
one from The Prestige would trick everybody. This is obvious.
No, Batman would, motherfucker.
No.
No, Batman's dumb. Are you kidding me? He's so
He's
easy
the
to.
greatest detective.
He's the dumbest detective, and he won't kill anybody because he's a fool.
I don't know. Patrick Bateman probably just fuck them all.
He would just.
Or just pay somebody to do it.
Yeah, exactly. He wouldn't be a part of it.
Yeah.
He'd be doing sit-ups or something like that.
Colonel Sanders versus
The Hamburglar.
Wendy.
One day she's got the braids.
Yeah, I
true.
think so
She's gonna be able
too.
to choke him.
I think she knows some ninja shit.
Also, like, I want to say that Wendy's is probably marginally better for you than KFC. So her blood probably still pumps through her heart. She's
That's
still
true.
young.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I had Wendy's before I came here.
Oh.
I had
nice.
a salad, side salad.
Wow.
Not bad. A little blue cheese in there. Really,
Nice.
Good job, Wendy's.
Her heart's big.
But I had to have, dessert, 4-piece nuggets.
Yeah. I like the nuggets. That's the
How about
dessert.
McDonald's nuggets versus Wendy's nuggets? I mean, where I stand on this.
With Wendy's.
Wendy's nuggets, they got the breaded powdered, good breading.
No, it's McDonald's.
You're a fool.
No, you're all.
Wait, are you serious right now?
Yeah,
You're telling me
no.
that McDonald's nuggets are good?
It
Gary
tastes-
Yeah,
Busey
they are.
versus
It tastes-
McDonald's Nuggets.
Gary Busey can fuck up McDonald's nuggets.
No. He has a massive heart attack for eating too many.
The slip on the sweet and sour sauce.
I can't believe that you like
We'll send
McDonald's nuggets,
waves and waves and waves of chicken nuggets to Gary Busey to kill him.
Santa Claus versus
Gigi Allen.
yeah, sorry. Elon Musk versus Jeff Bezos.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk. He's buff boy.
Bezos is buff
yeah.
boy.
I actually got called up for calling him Bezos the other day
Why?
because it's not how you pronounce his fucking name.
What is it?
Bezos.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't respect him, so I don't have
Yeah.
to pronounce
like
his name correctly.
Basil Bub.
Yeah.
Bezos.
Yeah, Bezos, not
Yeah.
Bezos.
Yeah.
And somebody's like, "Why did you just say Bezos? However you fucking say it." I'm like,
Bezos.
Yeah.
Bezos.
Yeah,
Also
Bezos.
refer to him as scum of the earth.
Yeah, he's.
Don't forget to sign up for Audible.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
EIK.
How about just me versus Jeff Bezos?
He's got you, man.
Dude.
Yeah, yeah.
No. He has so much to lose. What do I have to lose? Every time,
Yeah, he'll just pay somebody to kill
every time
you.
I punch him, millions of dollars are coming out of him like in a video game, and I'm getting all the money and I'm upgrading my stats while I'm punching him.
To fight all his henchmen first, probably.
Dude, I would fuck up every Jeff Bezos in the world. I would beat them up, take all their money.
Charlie Sheen.
Versus his own mind.
Gigi Allen.
He's already out of his mind, so.
Yeah. I mean, Gigi Allen and Charlie Sheen would be an interesting fight because they both
Allie G versus Gigi Alley.
LEG
Respect.
respect. Was Booyaka Shah, all that stuff from the LEG show. I don't know. I mean, LEG is not a very buff man, but he has been known to carry a gun, I believe, from time to time.
He'll fool you.
He will
That's
fool you.
what he's good at.
He'll get you to say the dumb thing.
He'll almost get OJ to confess.
Almost.
Nick Nolte. O.J. Simpson.
Did Nick Nolte do a major crime?
I mean, besides
Yeah,
that,
He just
whatever, whatever led to
drunk
that.
and drive, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what he was doing? That's not as bad as killing your wife and her boyfriend.
Wasn't her boyfriend.
He was just a friend.
Yeah,
Right?
just a friend.
Some guy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the whole
OJ,
thing.
you suck more.
Yeah, he's like the worst person in the world.
He said he was going to sell some scores on Twitter.
He's a piece of shit.
O.J. Simpson versus Sonny D.
I was gonna say O.J. Simpson versus the
the
U.S.
American
justice system.
justice system. O.J.
Yeah,
Simpson.
we already adjudicated that one.
Nigel Farage.
Oh,
Who dat?
He's some British guy.
no.
Versus a whole group of angry people.
And it's somebody with a milkshake.
Anyone with a milkshake. He got milkshaked, right?
I think Nigel Farage got milkshake.
Yeah, I think he did.
If
he had to
didn't,
hide inside from
I'm not saying you should milkshake him. I'm just saying you should send me the video of it when you do. But I'm not saying you should milkshake him.
I'm saying that. You can try to sue me, Nigel Farage. I don't have any money.
He really is a scumbag.
Yeah, he's bad.
Well, Boris Johnson's in charge now.
Yeah. Big dipshit. All right, U.S. politics, world politics. Everyone loves them. Oh, no, wait, I'm not even doing that.
Why not? Oh, we're doing music.
Yes, we're
instead.
doing music.
Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Sorry, guys, vamp for a second. Vamp.
Vamp, 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 vamp.
This is an unreleased track by Andrea called Zenith. This is good. I like this a lot. How do you make a lot of your music?
I used to use Reason a lot. I actually don't have access to it anymore, which is a bummer.
Do you need a cracked copy?
I would love a cracked copy.
Brennan?
Oh, I don't have reason, man.
Oh, okay.
I got hardware.
Okay.
I'd like to get Logic though, because I'm familiar with the GarageBand interface.
Okay.
I do sometimes dabble in there.
This is Logic, right?
Yeah, I use Logic.
Yeah.
I'd like to get a copy of Ableton.
I used to have a copy of Ableton, but then I don't know. I couldn't make it
Yeah.
work.
I'm already outside the box, so it's hard to justify going back in.
Ooh. So you mostly use like DAWs and stuff like that?
Yeah, I use that. I use Reason. I'm in GarageBand right now, but lately I've just been playing instruments, so I haven't
Nice.
really been recording much. I'd like to get back to it.
This is really good. I like this a lot. Have you listened to a musician called Ski Mask? Skeemask.
I've actually heard of them.
He's a German DJ guy.
Okay.
It's good. It's like it's got a lot of like it's one of those new electronic acts that kind of feels like a retrospective on certain sounds. He kind of has like a lot of like the IDM like drum and bass stuff under there, but
Yeah.
like with a very like curated version.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of like Aphex Twin and
Yeah.
Fortet, so I think that they definitely. That's sometimes the vibe I go for. Chemical Brothers, who I just saw.
I just saw Chemical Brothers too.
You were in Queens?
No, I went
Oh.
up. I was in Osheaga this weekend.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that show was unreal.
They
And I couldn't believe they were like selling 4-packs for $100 to go to Forest Hills, and that show, the production was
Wow.
one of the best I've ever seen.
It's cheaper than my ticket,
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I got lucky. Everyone was so pissed off, which I would be, rightfully so, if you bought a $90, $100 ticket,
Yeah.
and then also, oh hey, here's a deal.
They gotta fill the seats.
Yeah, they did. It wasn't sold out either, but it was such a good time. That stadium is beautiful. I think they're starting to do more shows there.
Nice.
It used to be I think they do tennis matches, but now they've been bringing more concerts, and it's really.
Nice.
I really recommend going there for a show. They do. You could have saw Sarah McLachlan the next night,
Stay on for the doubleheader.
a Lilith Fair reunion.
Maybe we need this today. Just keep thinking about it. Topic number. I'm not even gonna fuck with it. Whatever. Everyone knows how this works usually.
Three.
Topic number 3 is me today, and staying on the topic of music and staying on the topic of postulating on how things ought to be. Just how we do it on this podcast. I would like to ask you guys a question: Is a prestigious band, or even just a band that has a large catalog, obliged when you see them live to play the hits? Must you play the hits? This is kind of a sister topic to Chris's.
Play Wonderwall.
Noel Gallagher will never play Wonderwall.
Play Creep.
He will.
They started playing
Tom,
Creep.
did they start?
They started playing Creep.
Oh.
Play Go With The Flow. They do. Every episode. Every concert.
Every episode, every concert.
Every concert
Queens
I've
of
seen them,
Stage
they play Go With The Flow.
Wow, that's intense. How do you feel about this, Andrea?
Well, I was actually pretty bummed out recently. I saw the Wallflowers play at the Empire State Plaza Convention Center.
Okay, yeah.
And even though it's not their song, I really wanted to hear their cover of Heroes, which was very popular.
Right.
But they did play their hits, of course. But overall, I mean, I think it's cool when bands kind of mix up their songs and their set list. That's, to me, like, okay, you're just trying to make a little bit of magic happen differently every night. Mm-hmm. Of course, you can, put 1 or 2 hits in there, but I don't think it's tough to measure each set and how you want to, which hits to play. So, I mean, obviously I go to shows, I want to hear hits, but when I know these artists, they have such a vast catalog, and They're not going to get to everything. You just got to know that.
Yeah.
It's fun when you hear a deep cut. So
Yeah.
going back, this is a Queens of the Stone Age heavy episode. We haven't had one of these in a while, boys.
Oh, I know. I missed
Figuring out a way.
Yeah.
Just trying to cram that peg.
Well, no. So like that's a big thing on the subreddit is when they're
Right.
touring is like, yo, what did they play? Did they play Mexicola, man, or did they play fucking another
Feel good hit of the summer.
Feel Good Hill? They always play Feel Good Hill.
Okay. They like saying
Yeah.
cocaine.
Did they play If Only? Did they play The Bronze? Like they play something from like the self-titled. Did they play anything from Era Vulgaris? They never play anything from Era Vulgaris.
Era Vulgaris.
It's like Pokemon cards, kind of like, yo, I got to hear him play Mexico. I didn't.
Oh,
I got-
yeah,
that's
for
my
sure.
favorite song, but I got to hear him play If Only, which is fucking sweet. But you still, that's for like the diehard fans. But if you're a band, like if you go see Smash Mouth at a free show in the Plaza, they're playing All Star. They're
Oh.
opening with All Star and they're fucking ending
Or
with All
closing
Star.
with it, yeah.
Like that's what they have to do.
Well, because
That's
you
their
gotta
job.
play. You gotta play at the beginning for the kids.
Yep.
The kids leave later. And all the drunk people come in. You gotta close with the drunk people, or else they will flip your stage.
I saw Bjork 2 nights in a row, and she played. It was like a 75% different set each night,
Oh wow.
and it wasn't like three dudes like, oh, let's change up the set list. Like it was a very large production show. She had a full choir and stuff. So to plan ahead to change up your set list that much is a lot of work, and it was a pretty theatrical show because it was fucking Bjork and it was amazing. Mildly obsessed with Bjork. But I later stumbled across the blog of the guy that was playing piano for her on that tour.
Okay.
And the second night that we saw her, she started singing Venus as a Boy
Okay.
behind the curtain. And it was just the piano was in front of the curtain. It was him playing, and then she was singing it behind the curtain. And it was just like him playing with like a harpsichord sound. And then she like one curtain went back, and then the other curtain went back, and it was just, and then she stepped through and finished the song. Mm-hmm. And I found out from his blog that like that was 5 minutes before the show started. She's like, I think we're just gonna do Venus as a Boy, the two of us. So you'll just start, and then we'll put the piano stuff in front of the curtain, and then I'll just come through the curtain.
That sounds like such a Bjork thing.
Yeah,
to
the
be
balls to like make that change to a really lavish production like that the last minute and have it come off. First of all, that's balls. But second of all, the talent to have it still come off so perfectly is amazing. Because it did not feel like 5 minutes before we came up with this idea.
Yeah, there was. So I saw Nine Inch Nails last year, down in Brooklyn. It's a fucking amazing show, and so they came out and they played some hits. You know, they played some stuff off the new album, The Bad Witch, which is fucking sick. He had a fucking saxophone, and then he played. I can't remember what the first track was. And he plays another track. He plays another track, and I pull my phone out and I realize he's playing the entire EP of Broken
Oh wow.
in fucking order. I'm like, holy fucking shit! And then I kind of felt bad because he didn't play Closer. He didn't play like had like a hole or anything like that.
Yeah. So these freaking casuals, they're not gonna know.
Yeah,
these posers, these phonies.
But I feel like that's something that they can get away with.
They've got a
Whereas-
dedicated enough fan base.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Fish. Fish could
Yeah.
play, I don't know, what a deep cut Fish song. They could play all of Gamehenge, and then everybody would they would they would do a little dance and spin around and ride the rail. You know what I'm saying? Blaze it.
Do you remember what you were talking about?
I
You just
blacked out.
disassociated
I
for a
just
second, yeah.
disassociated, and honestly, I was happy for one moment in my life. Okay, so you said you saw Chemical Brothers this
Yeah.
past weekend. Did they play enough hits?
Oh yeah. The coolest thing they did was this New Order Temptation into Star Guitar. You could hear that beat coming in. And
Oh,
that
wow.
was because they probably been playing the same set list because they have to sync with a lot of their vocal
Oh,
or
for sure.
the visuals. But
That's cool.
one thing I want to ask you guys: are you the type of person who likes to look at set lists before
Oh,
shows? Because I know people who
obsessively.
do. I can't. I
obsessively.
Like
just want to be
what they've
completely-
been playing for the tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you're going to a show and you want to see
Oh,
what's
yeah.
going on, do you?
So okay.
I have to avoid it. I
Queens of the
can't.
Stone Age again here, guys. They put out their new album, right? And they had been touring before the album was released. And my show that I was going to in Port Chester was the first show after the album had been released. And I've been obsessively checking the
Oh,
set
that was
list.
full Pokemon status.
Yeah, dude.
Everybody was like,
Yeah,
they
like-
were dying to see which songs they were going to release.
So like,
when.
so they had played The Way You Used to Do in a couple of shows, and they had played The Evil's Landed, which is those are the two singles, and we're like, all right, well, they've already played all of those, and I'm in the fucking subreddit talking to everybody like they already played all of those. This is the first actual what's it called show after the album. They gotta play something, and they played fucking can't remember it now. Unreborn Again, and I got to see that for the first time live. It was fucking sick.
Yeah.
But I had a feeling it was coming because I was obsessively checking every single show.
Yeah,
to see
you
what
were
was coming up next.
Throwing bones like
Yep.
in the days of old and
Yep.
figuring out, doing some fortune telling.
Yeah.
Divination.
Fish fans are all about that
Yeah,
kind of
oh
stuff.
my god,
They're-
I'm friends with a lot of Fish
Yeah.
fans, and they're like, oh, they're gonna play this song this night because they just look at the patterns of
Right.
like, what songs are being played.
Right, and then they, wave a crystal around. All the cultural signifiers that we can talk about Fish fans. I will do a little bit of research before I go to a show. I just want to know how they generally produce their music, especially with electronic people, because like sometimes you like a band for a specific reason, and then you go see them, and their says very different. Like Hot Chip comes to mind when they early in their career they would do mostly just dance remixes of every fucking song, which is cool as a one-off, but as a whole show it's a little bit much. And Hot Chip it's not super, it's electronic music, but it's not like, four to the floor every single song. And it has a lot of grooves and stuff like that. So to just throw a beat on top of it, kind of washes some of that out. So when I did actually end up seeing them, they had kind of figured out their live show a little bit better than the videos that I had seen. So I was really surprised by that. And that was nice. But like, if I'm going to see somebody, I want to know more or less what equipment they're using. I think that's like an important thing.
So do you find that like just through their website or like a Reddit or when you
YouTube.
YouTube,
Yeah,
you
I'll just
go
like
on
look
there?
such and such live, and that usually gives me enough information to do it. If you
go see Foo Fighters, you get to hear every single song they've ever fucking made because they play for 4 fucking hours.
yeah. Oh, how do you guys feel about that? Is that
I was exhausted.
would you trade a long show for getting to see every song that you wanted to see?
I take the long show.
Depends who it is. It's case by case, I think.
I think if to see a long, well-produced, well-rehearsed, like they know what they're doing, and it's all cohesive, and everything flows in together nicely, and like you get to see them maybe do a different take on a song they played before, but that's all on them. That's cool. But obviously, yeah, if I could just be like, yo, I want to hear this song.
If you could write a playlist for them, would
Yeah.
you do it? Would you do that?
Oh,
Andrew?
absolutely. If I
Yeah.
could pick the songs, sure.
I'm paying all this money.
You probably have to pay significantly more to have that
Yeah.
happen,
Well, I am going to send Josh an invitation to the weddings,
and
We'll
that'll
see
be
how that
well
works.
received. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I wish the Chemical Brothers played longer. It was only maybe like under an hour and a half or so because they had a curfew
Yeah.
at
that
10
sucks.
o'clock at Forest Hills. So it would have been nice to go a little later. They have
We
tons of material.
Oh,
that's what's tough when they got bands who've been playing for so long versus someone who's newer and only has
Right.
like 2 full lengths.
right, and then they can just pretty much
Yeah.
play every song, and
Yeah.
if you want to hear the song you like, you just stick around. It's probably gonna be the encore.
Yeah.
I when we saw the Chemical Brothers, we showed up. We were about like 20 minutes late to it because Beach House was playing directly before them, and like we figured after that was like the second day of the festival, and at that point you're kind of like, I can miss a little bit of this band because I'll be there for the ending or whatever. That's a good question right here. Would you rather see the beginning of a show or the end of a show?
End of a show.
End of a show.
End of a show also depends on who it is.
Pick a band. Johann Sebastian Bach.
None of it.
In his early period when he was still good.
I don't really give a shit.
I don't know anything about Bach.
Yeah.
But like, I'll give you a literal example. How about
Okay.
not Queens of the Stone Age, Queen,
Queen.
the
Go-
band Queen?
You're gonna be there for the whole fucking thing, man.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
your wife is in labor.
Well, then I guess I'm not.
Your wife is
I'm
in-
not cutting the umbilical cord.
Still,
guess-
you either
I
have
guess,
to miss the beginning of the show
I guess,
or the end of the show.
I guess I'm a queen killer.
You're a Queen killer.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know.
Okay.
It's the beginning of the show, obviously.
You're gonna miss the
Yeah.
beginning of the show.
Yeah, because stuff gets spicy at the end.
That's true.
Unless it's an older person,
And they get tired.
they get tired. Like
true.
I would assume Billy Joel
You
kind
lose-
of fades off towards the end there.
Yeah, it depends. You could lose steam, but
Yeah.
it's always nice that feeling with the anticipation to the end of a
Yeah.
set. Sometimes you just get a little looser and you
Yep.
just feel a little more jazzier, and you're just like, all right, I'm just gonna go with this, and the show's almost over, so let's just have fun.
Yeah, I think that some of the inhibitions definitely go down towards the end of the
Exactly.
show, and everyone starts to dance in a more fun and less performative way. I think that that's an important thing.
But it go the other way around too. Of course, you could be really tight and ready to go, and then just lose your steam. And
Just get real drunk on stage like Marilyn Manson did when I saw him. Forget the old.
And Smash Mouth too. I went to that concert at Times Union Center. It was a Live at 5 show, and they really got drunk.
Really? Recently?
Yes. That was like 6 years ago or so.
Oh, okay.
It was the Rain site because they've been in the capital
The
region.
Smash
at
got
least, like,
smashed?
Yeah. He's just up there drinking beer, pouring it on people.
Hell yeah.
And there was a guy with a 69 tattoo on the back of his neck. It was a great
Oh
show.
my God, that
Nice,
sounds
dude.
amazing.
Nice, dude. Dude, do you
Great
even
people
know what
watching.
that number? You think what it could? You think?
Oh,
you
it's
know?
a sex number.
The
It's
year
dog.
he was born.
See, yeah. He's at the Smash Mouth show. Hell yeah, brother. Oh man. I would say okay. So I think that how about just to wrap this up?
Okay.
Name one band and one song that you wish you could see live from them. If you like Genie Wish style, doesn't matter if they're alive or dead. Give it to me.
Probably Pink Floyd Echoes because it's a long song, so I want to be greedy and
Yes.
Literally
find it.
was going to say the
Cheat
same thing.
the genie. Cheat the genie.
The answer is Pink Floyd Echoes, Chris.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Chris, it's gonna be a Queens of the Stone Age song. Just which song, Chris?
I can't
Chris,
pick.
what's your favorite Queens of the Stone Age song? Let me rephrase it.
It's probably Mexicola.
And then Josh Homme gives you a big old smooch and a
Blowjob.
pat on the head, and he says, "Chris, you're doing great, and I'm your best friend, and I will come to your wedding."
Yeah,
Keep him
no.
away from the wedding photographer.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Fuck.
Those jokes are never going to die for me.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have kicked that lady.
No, you really shouldn't have. That was really, really dumb. Yeah, no, probably Mexicola by Queens of Stone Age.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I would sing "God Is Great" by Jesus.
That was a pretty big lead up for that bit, Andy.
It wasn't a bit. I had to go above, and I couldn't think of a single band because we talked about all the bands today.
Yeah.
I mean, you haven't heard "Our God Is an Awesome God" by Gigi Allen?
Oh my god! I'm gonna throw in a second choice though. My second choice, if Pink Floyd was impossible to bring back to play Echoes, I would like to see Jeff Buckley play Hallelujah.
Okay. You don't want to see the Leonard Cohen one?
No, I want to see Jeff Buckley.
I was just
play
in
it 'cause his
Montreal. You're going to
version-
spit in my mouth like
His
that?
version is better.
You don't like the... Hey, you got to smoke. Yes, the Leonard Cohen version is weird, but his house is right
What a
near a great bagel
wonderful
shop,
world.
so, you know.
Limp Bizkit knocking on heaven's door.
And with that, folks, I think we're out of time.
Limp Biscuit and the Forbidden
Woodstock
Song.
99.
All right, folks, if you're listening, thank you for listening. If you made it through, we're going to play some music, Andy?
Yes, but you should do the wrap-up thing. We'll do it in the outro.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Plug all
fun.
your stuff.
Silence. Okay, we'll start playing...
This is a Haley Moley tune, Apple of My Eye.
We playing on Thursday?
We are playing next Thursday. If you're around at the Skyloft, it's a Battle of the Bands, round 2.
That's August
Happening.
15. So you're gonna like beat people up, take their friends away, take all their gear.
We might have to wear bandanas and look pretty tough.
Yeah,
I don't know.
nice.
Playing for pink slips.
Figure out
You take your Stratocaster.
have an ensemble. They do judge you on stage presence
Okay.
Oh, nice.
and draw. So please come out and support us.
Support Andrea. Andrea, do you, give us all your plugs, all the places we can find you, all of your music.
You'll
All that
find
stuff.
SoundCloud, Bandcamp, Spotify. Those are usually the top 3. You can find some mixes of mine too on Mixcloud. Goldie Dust mixes that. And then pay for the premium SoundCloud account, so I have some backups over there.
Nice.
Um, and if you're still out there,
Yeah.
folks, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for listening. If you're still listening to us, folks, we appreciate you, and be nice to each other.
Be nice. No.
Nice.
I think we turned it off. That's okay. Let's play it out to this. This is much
Yeah.
better than my stupid synthesizer. Thank you so much.
very good on the spot, but I tried my best.